Nobody in the station knew it yet, but the next 30 seconds would become the most unforgettable moment of their day. It all started with one kid, one drum beat, and a song that would shake the entire STA. By the time people realized what was happening, it was already too late to stop the flash mob. The camera glides over a crowded train station, rushing footsteps, rolling suitcases, arrival announcements echoing in the background. People are tired, late, annoyed, and just trying to get somewhere. Suddenly, a small boy, maybe 12 or 13, steps into frame. No stage. No spotlight. Just a tiny portable speaker in his hand. He places it gently on the floor. Nobody pays attention. He looks around once, takes a deep breath. And with the softest tap on his small drum pad, the first beat of Believer echoes across the station. A few heads turn. A mother freezes halfway through picking up her toddler. A station guard raises an eyebrow. The boy nods slightly, a secret signal to someone unseen in the crowd. The air changes. The noise quiets. A feeling spreads that something big is about to happen. The boy lifts his drumsticks, and the entire station falls completely silent. Just when people thought the kid was alone, a second voice rose from nowhere. No stage, no microphone, just a stranger on a bench singing like the whole world was listening. And that's when commuters realized this wasn't random. This was planned. The boy's drumbeat echoes softly, steady, inviting. From a far corner of the station, a teenager sitting on a bench lifts his head and begins singing the opening line of Believer. His voice is clean, controlled, almost too good to be random. People nearby freeze. A businessman slowly lowers his coffee. A group of students stops talking mid-sentence. Someone filming whispers, "What's happening?" And then, a guitarist steps up from the staircase, strumming the melody as if he'd been waiting for this exact cue. Commuters look around, confused but amazed. A woman in a red coat, just moments ago reading a map, closes it, stands, and begins walking in rhythm. A man pretending to type on his phone suddenly joins the beat, tapping his foot perfectly in sync. The energy rises. The station's bland morning suddenly feels electric. The camera catches stunned faces. Smiles forming, phones lifting, kids pulling their parents toward the sound. 3 performers now visible. But the crowd has no idea how many more are hiding. A suitcase suddenly drops to the floor. And when it hits, the rail beat is about to explode. The moment the suitcase hit the floor, the entire station jumped. What looked like ordinary commuters suddenly moved with military-level sync. This wasn't a performance anymore. This was an explosion. Boom. The beat drops hard. From behind vending machines, ticket counters, staircases, pillars, more than 10 dancers burst out at once, hitting the choreography with perfect timing. A woman in office clothes throws her jacket off and slides into the center. 2 teenagers flip over a bench. A man with a newspaper tosses it in the air and joins the formation. The guitarist slams into the chorus. The boy on drums unleashes rapid-fire beats. And the lead vocalist belts, You made me a believer!" Crowd reactions explode. A little girl covers her mouth in shock. A group of tourists scream. A security guard tries not to smile but fails. Phones rise everywhere, capturing every second. Wide-angle shots show the station moving as one big wave. Dancers stomp in sync, sending vibrations through the floor. An older man, probably in his 70s, starts nodding to the rhythm, unable to resist. A woman recording whispers, "Yeah, tone next level high." Performers interact with the crowd. High fives. Spins around random commuters, pulling kids into small dance moments. The atmosphere becomes electric, contagious, unstoppable. And then, just when the energy hits its peak, the music cuts. Instant silence. The dancers freeze mid-jump, mid-spin, mid-expression. Passengers hold their breath. Everyone is frozen, waiting for whatever comeback is about to shake the station even harder. For 3 long seconds, the entire station was frozen. And then the comeback hit like thunder. Nobody breathed, nobody blinked. Until one dancer snapped their fingers. That tiny snap triggered the most powerful moment of the entire flash mob. In a split second, the music slams back in. Louder, heavier, unstoppable. Dancers break out of the freeze with explosive energy, launching into the final choreography with twice the power. The crowd erupts. A tunnel of dancers forms in the center of the station. Perfectly aligned, arms waving like a rising storm. From the far end, the lead vocalist steps through the tunnel, belting the final chorus. Last things last. By the grace of the fire and the flames. The choreography climbs in intensity. Synchronized jumps. Rotating circles. Stomps that echo through the entire station. Performers lifting each other in a dramatic tower moment. A group of dancers lifts the young drummer onto their shoulders. He plays the beat from above the crowd, smiling, owning the moment. Commuters can't help it anymore. Hands in the air, singing along, some even dancing with the performers. Tourists drop their bags. Kids scream with excitement. Even the station guards clap along, forgetting their job for a moment. For the last line, the entire flash mob gathers into one massive formation. They hit the final pose with absolute precision. Lights flashing, voices echoing, energy unstoppable. A burst of confetti, or synchronized hand snap movement if no effects, fills the frame. Silence. Just breathing. And stunned faces everywhere. The music ends. But the station's reaction is about to make the moment legendary. The music stopped. But the station didn't. For a moment, nobody knew whether to cheer, cry, or just stand in disbelief. And then, the entire station erupted. For half a second, there is complete silence. Then, a wave of applause explodes across the station. People scream, whistle, clap so hard the echoes chase through the hall. A mother lifts her child into the air, laughing. Tourists hug each other, shouting, "We caught this on camera!" A group of teens jump up and down, chanting, "Encore! Encore!" The performers, still catching their breath, bow deeply. The little drummer boy steps forward. And the crowd gives him the loudest cheer of all. A security guard walks up, pretending to be strict, then smiles and offers a thumbs up. One dancer high-fives a kid who danced along in the crowd. Another performer hands a rose to an elderly woman who had tears of joy in her eyes. The energy is pure happiness. Strangers becoming one giant family for a single unforgettable moment. As the performers slowly blend back into the crowd. Their jackets go on, props disappear, and they become normal people again. Only the boy stays for a moment. He looks around at the smiling crowd. Grins. Picks up his tiny speaker. And quietly walks away like nothing happened. The camera follows him for a few steps. Then cuts back to the crowd still cheering long after the music ended. One song turned an ordinary day into a memory that the station will never forget.